I work in 3 different organizations. The first one is the Institute of Social Solidarity Economy in Brazil, which exists for 15 years already. And it works as an incubator for inclusive businesses. So mainly we train entrepreneurs and incubate business in vulnerable communities to generate wealth and to strengthen the local economy. And then here in Germany, I'm working for an Institute of Social Innovation, and we are designing a lab to promote social innovation, but mainly also to incubate projects and ideas on social innovation and social businesses. And I'm also partner in an accelerator for impact businesses in Mozambique. We have been already accelerating some entrepreneurs and there is an institute, there is a consultancy company, there is a sports company that do sport events in vulnerable communities in Mozambique. So right now I have these 3 complementary jobs. So I graduated as an industrial engineer. I have worked in some big companies like General Motors, Unilever, Procter & Gamble, mainly as an intern. But after I graduated, I entered in a marketing agency. I spent 1 year there. I also started doing specialization in business administration. But after 1 year, I saw that that was not what I wanted to do. So I quit and I started an endeavor on a business in waste management. And I stayed there for a year trying to implement reverse vending machines in São Paulo. I'm here in Europe now. I see a lot of reverse vending machines everywhere where they take the bottles and the cans and then they give you a receipt so you can trade for purchases. But that didn't work in Brazil. After that, I actually became a consultant for Ambev, a drinking company in Brazil. So I managed to work a lot with with waste pickers cooperatives that would collect waste and separate and sell them to recycling companies. It got me a big vision of this type of organization of a cooperative and how it lacks proper knowledge and tools, especially not just the skills to run a business, but especially access to the tools and to the knowledge that sometimes are just in the academia or into really expensive courses for you to do. After that, I spent a few years in other projects as well. So I did consultancy to cities for sustainable tourism. I also went on corporate volunteering. I stayed more or less 4 or 5 years doing consultancy for corporate social responsibility, sustainability projects, until one day I found the institute in Brazil, the ISES, Institute for Social Solidarity Economy. And I realized that I could use my background as an engineer and as an administrator into really creating impact for vulnerable communities, especially fighting poverty and generating wealth through entrepreneurship. So actually it was a long process. It was not obvious. And I had really to go and search for it and find what I was passionate for and what I was good at. Especially after I graduated, I was in this marketing agency where the results of my work was mainly to sell more products or to promote consumerism. So I thought that the time I put in and the effort I put in was not creating a world that I believe in. So that was the main reason that I left. I also was looking for something more dynamic, not so office centered. So it's very good that today I do a lot of field work as well, and I managed to talk to very diverse people and really get to know different realities, different cultures, different people, different ways of life. I really see that at the end of the day, my work is not considered traditional work because I do what I am really passionate about. So there is this extra energy that drives me and that makes me work harder and work longer because I know that I'm working for something that I believe in and that my work is in some way helping to advance the society and help to also have others have more opportunities as well in their lives. So besides, I think this purpose and really looking for a reason in the work and the time that I put into things, I really see that so many people lack the opportunities because of the way that our society is structured. And if only we can transfer knowledge and support them to become their best versions of themselves, and to really teach them the tools to be able to provide for their families or to develop themselves and develop their communities and really move forward with this sense of self-valuing and also of community sharing. I think this is the biggest thing. In my work, I deal a lot with poverty, and poverty is a big obstacle for our society and for our world to really achieve the minimum as the human rights, as providing the minimum requirements that anyone needs to live and to prosper and to be happy. So this big opportunity that we still have to address into looking to poverty, and not just as an area that needs help, but much more an area of opportunity, an area that can grow a lot, that can create lots of markets for new products, new services. So I see this huge opportunity on not just focusing on financial values, but also on social and environmental values. So for me, social and environmental impacts is anything that adds value to society or to environment. So it's a business that not only generates financial results, but also generates social and environmental values. I think it's gaining a lot of relevance. When I started, especially with my waste management endeavor in Brazil, it was very difficult and people were just starting to talk about social businesses and social impact and impact investing. I see that we have come a long way in this past 10 years since when I started it. In the short term, I think it will be crucial, especially after this world crisis, this pandemic crisis with the COVID-19. It will be even more important for companies to be able to deliver other values besides the financial values to the stakeholders, to really be able to help society to prosper and to develop. So I think that the role of even the regular companies or the traditional companies will be switched a little bit, and especially society will be demanding more of them. Yeah, sure. Actually, there is something called intrapreneurs, which are these innovators inside companies that can bring not just process innovation, but really social and environmental innovation inside companies. I think there is a huge potential for that. There are a few companies that already invest in that, be it through corporate volunteering, where they give the time and invest the resources for their employees to help the society or their community, or really to engage into an impact project together with government, together with other organizations. I see that happening. And I think for the new generation, this is this is something very important that they value and that they look for into companies. So it will be more important also to be able to attract the best talents and the best employees, also to look into that aspect of having that inside the company as a purpose or as a driver of big companies as well.